All right, gentlemen, welcome to Ask Hypnotica number 29. I got my shiny little pretentious outfit on because it's going to tie in perfectly. No, I don't ever wear this. I never would. This is not peacocking, okay? I had a party I had to go to or something like that. Never would wear this out. Okay. Anyways, but it has to do with what we're going to be talking about because it's a short, sweet little email that someone put in. It basically says, have you ever felt like women in the U.S. are very fake and pretentious, as if they don't stand for anything and have a very fake persona? Cheers, the stallion. The stallion, like that's not pretentious. Anyways, all right. So, the stallion. Okay. All right, so let me talk about this, all right, because this is a deep one, okay? There's a lot that can go on with this. Have I noticed a trend? Listen, especially what I do, okay? I've worked with strip clubs for 23 years, so yeah, I absolutely see this. Do I see what the media is portraying? Do I see what the media is putting out there for what women think their self-esteem should be? They're not complete if they don't have a Gucci bag or Louis Vuitton. You know, I see a lot of women completely sucked into this, and to me, it's just plain sad because of the fact that there's going to come that day where the money maybe runs out or the looks run out, and guess what they're left with? They're left with nothing. No level of self-esteem, no level of self-understanding about what they are. They're so, a lot of them, okay, and let me make this very clear. This is a generalization. Now, I've traveled to other countries and things like this, and I've noticed that women have a much more, let's just say, womanly understanding. And what I mean by this is they know what I think are basics in growing up and raising a family, okay? Because women, harbor a child and they have kids and they need to learn how to nurture them. So I think every woman should know how to cook, okay? And what I mean by cooking is nurturing your family, all right? If you're not skilled in cooking or you're not skilled in putting something healthy together, then you're going to raise your kid on processed food, which you're probably already conditioned because, you're out there buying Gucci and Louis Vuitton and you're not complete and you're not cool if you don't have a Beamer or the newest sunglasses and things like this. It's sad. All right. It's sad. And a matter of fact, I am completely, me personally, okay, I see beautiful women all the time, quote, beautiful, let's just call them mathematically proportional, all right, because that's not what I consider beauty. What I consider beauty is a woman who is just really connected to herself, who understands the nurturing side of the female aspect in what's called the feminine. All right, the feminine is very nurturing. It's very beautiful to me. It's very almost innocent-like. And what I've noticed in America, and like I said, this is a generalization, okay, but many women, you just don't have those basics down. And it's sad because they're out there looking for the next big thing. Lots of women, unfortunately, piggyback off of men. If you look around, this is just being honest, if you look around, pretty much everything that was created when you look around was created by men. All right. Now, I'm not saying that women weren't there to support them or do whatever, but for the most part, men created the societies. They built the societies and most of the major innovations that are going on. Okay, like I said, this is a generalization. I want to make this clear. The thing that women have tended to do and what they learned to do, and men absolutely screwed this process up. Many women, okay, they've grown to this point where they're having a little bit more freedom, and freedom's good. All right. But there's a lot of women out there that manipulate. There's a lot of women that are money hungry. There's a lot of women that basically just sleep their way to, the top or the middle, or sometimes they sleep their way into the ground. All right. And the point that I'm trying to make is I haven't really seen too many women role models that are doing very good things that are portraying a healthy understanding of what a woman should be. All right, and you can't really say a woman should be anything, but like I said, there are the basics. If they have a good understanding of who they are, a good level of spirituality, a good level of nurturing, good level of being able to provide healthy food for the family, that's a good woman, and one that doesn't nitpick. Okay, that's a real good woman. All right, I don't know exactly where I'm going to go with this because there's no way that I can answer this question because there's so many different levels. There's amazing women out there that are doing amazing things, but the media, definitely the media, the music videos that are out there, what they're playing on the radio, it's all geared around this level of just superficialness. All right, and to me, it's stupid. Even in music videos, even artists, like I'm not the best musical person. I'm good at writing lyrics, and I have a decent voice. It's kind of more like Leonard Cohen. Matter of fact, you can just go on YouTube and look at my, I guess, the playlist, and you can see that. But if you notice any of my videos, I'm not in my videos. All right. I'm not the one that's trying to put it out there like, look at me, I'm so cool. I mean, if you look at every video, every artist is looking in the camera like they're the next best thing or the next sexiest thing, okay? That's all fucking goofy. Just straight fucking goofy. I don't even consider like a real artist that does that, because artistry is about the music, okay? And womanhood is not about the Gucci bags. It's not about the BMWs, okay? A strong woman is just not portrayed in society, and it's not highlighted, so you just don't see it. So the point is, are there a lot of superficial women in America? Absolutely. Have I noticed in other countries that women have a better understanding of womanhood? What I see? Absolutely. Okay. Do I prefer the mentality of women in other countries over what I've seen lately in being portrayed in America and just with women in general? Absolutely. Okay. And a lot of men think the same way. I know plenty of men that are just like, they don't even mess with American women. Now, that being said, American women have their strengths as well. Okay, they've learned to almost step a little bit too far into the masculine, and this is always a problem that I see, especially from with dancers or money-hungry people, or even women that are going for it. When they step into the masculine, they lose what the feminine. What I found is beautiful in the feminine, and that's the sensitivity. It's the nurturing. It's that goddess-like energy that is expanded in their presence and their aura. When a woman becomes masculine and hard, she loses that sensuality, what I've found, okay? She may be sexy, but the sensuality is a different level of energy. And that's sad to me, because, they've had to step up, and there's lots of weak men around that will put up with a bunch of shit. And, men just are conditioned to tell a woman, like, hey, this is what I like. Now, I know there's a fine balance between the two sexes, and that's fine as well. Now, what I was talking about earlier about women is that, hey, if a woman acts shitty, if a woman acts like just a raging bitch, or she's money hungry, or she's a gold digger, you know what? She doesn't really get punished too much. Okay, she just finds some other chump who's going to put up with it and is going to pay for it because he's desperate as well. Okay, so you got desperate women and you got desperate men. Okay, they're in there in society and they're mixing with society. And so, yeah, does every country have pretentious, superficial people? Absolutely. But the question, what should really come down to, is what are you going to create? What are you looking for? Let some other chump handle like the superficial one. Let him deal with that. Like, because there come that day where, she's just left with her bad personality and her shitty level of self-esteem and just no connection with source, God, or any of that stuff. And then you're going to have your chump that put up with it and paid for it and is dealing with a complete pretentious chick who's money hungry. Okay, so that's all out there. That's on the buffet of life. That's on the palette of perceptions, okay? The real thing, like I said, is come back to what's important to you. That's all that matters, okay? There's people out there that are going to be like that. But what really matters is who are you going to create? Who do you want in your life? And that's what you focus on. So hopefully I touched on this. Trust me, this issue is going to go on for years and years and years. And feminists are coming out, and you got your chauvinists that are coming out. It's going to get messy for a while because media has done a wonderful job of fucking girls' heads up and guys. So let's just take this in another direction. Let's think about Facebook. Let's think about Instagram, and let's think about the selfie. The selfie is an insightful mechanism to a girl's mentality. I mean, it's amazing to me. And it really goes to show how much and how screwed up women are to a degree. Women want to feel beautiful. Okay, I get that. Women want to be and have attention towards them. They want that because, they've been bred up in that. They've been bred. They have to be beautiful. They have to be this. And so they want that attention and they want that feedback because they're conditioned to it. I say it all the time. The more selfie a girl has, the deeper that she needs to work on herself. All right, it's just that important. And it's really one of those things when you think about like the selfie. See, it's funny because girls used to make fun of guys that used to roll their sleeves up, all right, or we used to wear super tight pants, because girls would make fun of them because that showed their insecurity. The selfie is the equivalent of a man rolling up his sleeves to show up his arms because he's basically saying like, I need attention, or look at me, or I'm not a complete whole figure. So this aspect right here, if I do this, I'm going to get the attention, or it's going to show or highlight this certain area in me. Okay, it's just one of those things. Like women, pick one or two photos and put it out there, and you're beautiful, okay? And if you want to, that's just the way it is. So I'm not meaning to harp on it. I'm just showing that's how off track, all right, things are between the sexes, okay? And like I said, I know a lot of women probably are not going to agree with this, but that's my perspective, and that's how I see it. It's just exactly the same as a man, wearing a tank top in 50-degree weather. It's looking for the attention, all right? So hopefully I didn't go too far off. So we'll keep talking about some of these other things now. Another thing that I want to say is the amount of makeup on a woman's face tells me the level of detachment she has to reality. And like I said, women are out there always dolling themselves up, and it's kind of scary to a degree. And a lot of women get involved in this whole thing about men need to be honest. Well, to a degree, women are being dishonest there. It's selling false advertisement to a degree because you're going off the clown look. I mean, that's what it is. It's just a prettier form of being a clown. Men, okay, are superficial as well because they like that. And like I said, it's a weird combination that ties in with things. Me personally, like I think a woman who is natural, that doesn't put makeup on, that has a natural beauty, that is herself, and going back and talking about the selfie again, I would way more rather a woman like this. Like I like to draw. This was for Mother's Day. This is how goofy I could be, But I would rather a woman put up, instead of a selfie, like an image that she drew. All right, something like that. Okay. I did that for my mom. That was just me being cheesy. But anyways, the point is, show me your talents, ladies. Don't show me your Gucci bag. Don't show me how much money you have. Don't show me 2 bottles of tequila or, you getting down and busy and, partying and stuff like this. I mean, that's all fine in moderation. But some of you girls need to learn what moderation is. Everyday selfie is not moderation, okay? And not having money in the bank and getting Beamers and Gucci bags is just not smart. So, like I said, I'm kind of going off on this a little bit because there's a lot here. And trust me, I've seen a lot with what I've seen in my life. So, these are just other things to think about. Now, here's another thing that's probably not going to be too popular with women, because I've had some pretty heated debates with women about this stuff. And one of them is, you got to remember, when you're telling this and you're mentioning this to a woman about the selfies or about the Gucci bags, okay, you're tapping a very sore spot inside of them because of the fact that this is who they've been brainwashed to believe who they are. This is what their identity is based upon, is this. You're not a woman unless you look makeup or you got nice shoes and you got this. So a lot of women it's like a Band-Aid, okay? And when you bring this up and you confront them on it, or, I wouldn't say confront, but I just say you mention it, they can get pretty fiery, all right? And they can start calling you, a lot of feminists out there are just, if you listen to them, they're just like, you're a dick, you're an asshole, you're this, and, you're just being honest. It's unfortunate, if you could find that center where, you weren't brainwashed, all right? And like I said, this is sounding kind of bad right now, but the point is this, man. Women are extremely magical beings, and they're extremely talented in lots of different areas. And it's just, the only point I'm making here is it's unfortunate that lots of women are conditioned and brainwashed into the superficialness of it. And when you confront them or you basically mention it to them, they can get pretty feisty and fight back because you're tapping on that source of who they think they are. And nobody wants to be really opened up and vulnerable on that level, because it just shows, hey, you know what? You're not really connected to what is really healthily nourishing to the female psyche. With that being said, you just stay balanced on yourself. You stay standard. You know who you are. And you know what? You go after a woman who's going to make you happy and what you want in your relationship, and hopefully what she wants as well. So with that being said, it's a deep one, bro. Go down the rabbit hole, all right? With that, Hypnotica out. Boom.